Cool. Hello, bud.
Evening.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to find my headphones. Not particularly organised. Macca, pick your car.
Always one. I wonder if you'll notice. That's going to make things awkward to follow.
Yeah.
You're really quick. That's how much points you got. Or how fast. How boo. Oh, I didn't get.
Girls, no, girls. Shh. Sorry, mate. Oh, that's on stream. That's fantastic. Just having some technical difficulties here with my annoying 4-year-old. Right.
I mean, that's what kids are meant to, isn't it? Just annoy everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. Like Tam.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, I suppose we should formally kick this off. I'm guessing it's going to be dry. Welcome to Bahrain.
You never know.
You never do, no?
If the Codemasters came, anything can happen.
Macca has been given the ultimate punishment for not picking his car, and he's driving a Williams. I can't say it. That's just perfect karma. Hello, Ibbo. Hi, Ibbo.
That's one thing. He gets to drive alongside it. So that's silver linings and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been practicing a bit with Adri, who looks fairly quick.
And he's also just confirmed that it's dry. So thanks for that, Adri.
Thanks, Adri.
Hell.
The sun is also coming up tomorrow. What's happened to Bibbo? Bibbo seems offended by something. I'm not too sure.
I guess it's just because we were saying that it's a punishment being in the Williams.
Oh, sorry, Ibbo. No, nothing to do with being your teammate, my man. It's more to do with the fact that the car is not very well loved by the.
But it's just not very good right now.
So, okay, he's fine now. It's cool. Didn't mean to put you off. Go on, have a good race, Ibbo. Game face. Come on. Yeah, Adri looks quick. I think Jabbo is quite quick as well. It'll be interesting to see what strategies people do here. There's a few ways to skin it.
It's looking like a right mix. Even though most people are on the mediums, there's still a few going for the softer tyres.
Indeed.
We've got LSE going really slowly for some guys letting people through, or no, I think he got lost. Somehow.
So, riding on board with.
Says that he chose his car.
Oh, maybe that's just a weird glitch.
Codemasters know how to make a perfect game.
So, riding on board with Fuzz. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm just getting a bit distracted because I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
I mean, it's qualifying happening. Quite an important thing that's going on.
Yeah. I think there's a few people in the pit, for various reasons. Ghost Recon goes Ghost. Missed that. Apologies. Who are we riding on? Who should we go with?
No idea. No idea where anyone is. Oh, I've got B Morgan.
Oh, we're restarting, guys. Restart. That's why I was going a bit quiet, because I knew there was an issue. So I just didn't want to say it on the stream to cause any confusion.
I mean, it's extra practice for people that actually got laps in.
Yeah, true. Bit unfortunate for those guys, but not many people have. So if we can all restart nice and quick, guys, because we've got things to do.
It'd be really great if this, like doing league races and stuff in this game, just worked perfectly, even just for 1 week.
Yeah, so hopefully people are listening. I might just jump out the party very briefly and just shout restart, and then. Oh, is that right? Oh, okay. I won't do that then.
I'm not sure how it works.
Oh, guys, it's a restart if you've just tuned in. I think everyone's left the session. Has everyone left the session?
I don't know. I can tell who's retired, but some people just left, and that makes it more awkward to tell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to just exit the multiplayer and just. Let's keep recording. It will, won't it? Will it?
Should, because you're staying on the game.
Yeah. Joining another sessions always can get a bit messy, though. Sometimes I've noticed. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Not the best of starts, but we've only had one restart. Oh, I'm not going to say that.
It was bound to happen at some point.
I think there was a car select glitch, potentially. How many drivers did we have? Did we have 15?
I think so.
I think we need 16.
That was somewhere around 15 that we had.
We need Emperor in the lobby. I know that.
Emperor. Trying.
What a lucky day for that gentleman. Yeah. Podium for Emperor. I'm probably just going to invite everyone because these lobbies are sketchy sometimes. Adri, Car Cannon, Coco's playing FIFA, interesting. Ghost. I've done a little bit. Such a sketchy track though. I don't know what it is about it, but I'll invite you just in case as well.
Time trial?
Yeah. We've got loads of drivers. How on earth has that happened? Okay, well, I think... Well, I don't know, wait for Car Cannon, but... We didn't have this many.
No, I don't think we had 18. Mark is definitely in the right car this time.
Is he Easton?
Let's see. I can't see Easton.
Okay. He might have said that he wasn't attending. Ah, okay, fair play. I'm sorry. I think that's that. Don't quote me. Wait for Carcannon. Invited. I've been really dodgy.
No, we've got people readying up.
Yeah. Is Carcannon readied?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
So it looks like we're going once people read up.
Please work this time. I think we should still have enough time, you know. We might be a few minutes late, but... Oh, okay. What the heck has happened here? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, that's just affecting game chat.
Oh, I hope there's not a problem. Oh, nice vaping, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I forgot. Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, I just didn't mention it because I couldn't be bothered really.
It's a, if you must know Adri, it's a Riot Squad Tropical Fury with a
Yeah,
cool...
no one's asking.
With a cool nick shot. With an alien tank made by Smock.
Yeah,
But there we go.
Literally no one's asking.
Right. And we're back.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Emperor has got a... It's just weird seeing Emperor with a teammate that isn't Bellon. Super cool vape chat mate there from LFC. Oh dear. Sorry guys. Bit of a
Everyone's telling us it's still dry.
it's still dry. It's still dry.
Would be really interesting to see the game make it wet here though.
Just a massive glitch.
I know it can. I know it can happen.
It can, can't it? Like I think. Well, didn't it happen in real life in Bahrain? Was it Abu Dhabi? It was one or the
Abu
other.
Dhabi.
It was Abu Dhabi,
Bahrain.
yeah.
But just I know in game there's still a chance for it to rain. Which is stupid because it's the middle of the desert, but you know.
Indeed. I feel like we should probably run through the stand-ins really. As I'm riding with Frey, who will be the first person to come over the line. He's on the mediums. No, I wonder if anyone's going to have changed their mind and had a bit of a thought about what strategy they're going to do.
Because they've not been able to see what tyres everyone else was going for.
Well, this is it, yeah. So in D3 we have Bag of Bones, who is top with 35 points. Jabbo has got 31. Then a bit of a drop off. We've got Morgan on 21, Zwadema on 19. We got a point, even though he crashed out last week. 18 for Heated, Adri 18, 15 for James, Carcannon with 13, Yeston, who's not here tonight, with 12, Fuzz with 12, probably favourite to jump up. Yeston, you would assume. Ibo on 5, and Mike, I think he'll probably be getting a full-time seat potentially after this if he wants it, on 5. Robert with 4, Frey with 4, Ghost Recon with 3. I missed Ibo, sorry, did I? I think maybe Ibo with 5. And then Ghost, Wooter and Maka rounding off the point scorers with a few guys that haven't scored yet.
Well, I mean, so far saying we're only 2 races in, it's still looking fairly close. And
Yeah.
obviously there's the two guys at the front which are a bit further ahead, but obviously it's the start of the season, no idea who's actually going to end up fighting for a title or anything. But see, the two people that have had better start than everyone else at least, Sparrow Bones and Jabo.
Yeah, and guys like Adri, Fuzz, Robert as well can win a race, definitely, as can Carl Cannon. Robert's time might come in Monaco, but yeah, and I think I've from the practice I've just done, I think Jabo and Adri are very favoured. But then I haven't seen anyone else's pace, so as Ghost again, the first man to set a lap with 28.8.
And D Morgan again immediately beating him on the harder tyres.
Why is Macca's retired?
That's different.
I can't see. Wonder where he did that. Turn 7?
No idea.
Fuzz with a pretty good lap actually in the mediums. Oh, we've got Ryan B.
Was turned 12.
That's who we've got. We've got Ryan B, who is back. Raced a lot last season. This is his first race. He is a quick guy. He's got a lot quicker, it seems. He races in another league in a different division to me, but they've just done Bahrain, him and LFC, so I imagine they're going to be quite quick. Right on board.
He's saying this, especially since Ryan Beers was one of the people that was sort of pushing towards the podium last season.
Mm.
I remember he never quite managed to make it, but he was never all that far off of it.
Ryan got a podium.
Did he? I can't remember. No Marco, we can't. No crashing.
Ryan got a podium in Japan. He beat me to a podium after I threw away a race win.
That explains why I don't know. Japan never happened.
Yeah, me and you didn't get on too well there, so, but no, he was really good. It's really quick there. Bag of Bones goes into 7th on the mediums. Still not really seen much of what everyone can do realistically. You've got Car Cannon, Car Cannon's on a lap. Let's follow Car Cannon. He's not using hers, unless that's a glitch. Alright, whatever.
It doesn't appear like yours. Like just going out for a warm-up lap or something.
We'll forget Car Cannon. Bones is doing another lap on the mediums, which is understandable. Adri also doing another lap. I can't really see these mediums are going to get any use, but people use them as setters, don't they?
Yeah, so if someone's going for an actual lap in the mediums, the best they could hope to do is sort of the back end of the top 10.
This is Ruins, Vademas and Macca's plan. I think this is what Macca's getting on in the chat about Slipstream. They were going to do a bit of a Slipstream operation, so to speak, which they did in Mexico, and I think it would have really worked around here. So it'd be interesting to see what Vademas going to do.
Well, at least there's one person that we can tell what position they're going to qualify in. It's Maka, he'll be last. As long as everyone sets times, that is.
Yeah, as long as someone doesn't get some random mad DSQ. So we got Heated, who's going to bin his lap. Adri's going... Oh no. He's not going quick. Ibo's a bit down on his time. Got Jabo. Jabo's just literally starting a lap. There we go. So Macca span when he was looking backwards. I'm guessing doing
Maybe just look forwards then.
This is what
it's usually helpful to look where you're going in an F1 car.
Just imagine.
But then what driver? I've never driven an F1 car.
Yeah, mate. Who knows? Maybe maybe poking your head round the back is a OP move. Who knows? Ibo still waiting for a teammate to slipstream with. Well, if Mike or Ryan want to join full time, then you might well have your wish. We'll see. Oh no. Well, looks like there was some incident in D1. So Davis set's not the quickest lap in the world, I think. I think he literally just set that.
Yeah, he just set that.
Jabbo with a 28.6 on those.
Not bad lap on the mediums.
No, not at all. I would, I don't know, that 28.3 by Adri is very good. I think I'd be struggling there.
Yeah, I think I'd be quite happy to set a time like that on mediums.
Yeah, yeah. Just because they take so long to warm up as well. I think you actually get a better chance at your second run.
Yeah. So they just take some probably at least like 3/4 of a lap to get a decent amount of heat in them.
Well, I'm going to watch LFC because he's one of the few men who has got these super softs on. And I'm intrigued. What a terrible camera angle that was. Be interesting to see how his pace can be compared to the top runners. This could be his first podium.
But nice to see.
He is genuinely quite... Ooh. He's quite a quick chap around here. It says he's set a lap, but I don't know if he's... don't recall seeing that at all.
That was like a 32 really counts.
Ooh. Yellows in sector 3. Bit of a squiggle there from LFC.
It's being a bit too aggressive, putting the power on loads of things.
He used his... Oh, that's probably going to invalidate.
I don't.
Oh, it didn't. Wow.
28.3.
Okay. 28.3. He won't be happy with that.
So as I said, it didn't look like the cleanest lap, so there's probably a fair amount of time for him to find. Like going out again on sleepers. And while we're talking, we got James jumped ahead of him for 28.1.
That's a good little lap. That I'm intrigued to see if anyone's going to gamble. If you're doing, let's say you're Ryan B and you've just set a 28.7 and you're 8th, and you're probably going to be moving down the order realistically with the guys like Heated and Car Cannon.
Yeah.
If you don't improve, do you stick on the supers?
I'd probably say in a position like that, he's probably better sticking on the supers. Trying to keep him, because even if that ends up just with him staying around where he is, that's still a few less cars they'll have to deal with during the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Zibbo goes quicker into the 30s. What can Ghost do? Ghost is... Ooh. Runs very wide. Come back to him.
I don't think Ghost's really going to set a time. He's ran out of ERS.
I think everyone's taking a break, other than Emperor. Emperor is on a lap. He's on the mediums. He's swaying around a bit. 30.4.
I was like, Evo could have some company. This would be nice.
Potentially. Potentially. So the guys like LFC and James are going to get back to the pits. No worries there. Ghost is going to probably... Everyone's going to get back that's been on this run. I think even Emperor will get back and quite comfortably.
They should.
As Morgan does a 27.4. Well, LFC's run out of fuel. Fuzz is out.
Fuzz is retired. I've got Vagabonds is heading out on an outlap right now.
Right, definitely need to follow him because he's got some pace. Same as with Zwadema. They're the two that you've got to say are going to improve.
Yeah, they'll definitely be looking to be higher than where they are right now.
What does the red spanner mean? Does that mean anything? Does that mean someone's got a problem or?
I think that just means that their teammates are like coming in, like going into the pits are coming out.
Okay. So Bones on his lap. What can he do? I'm very excited. My lovely other half has just delivered me some Lucozade to refresh me for this race. So I'm going to be full of beans for this start, I assure you.
Lucozade rubbish now.
Raw. Raw. Absolutely not. Bag of Bones is keeping this quite clean. It's gone down to medium round here, which is interesting. Hope we don't. Oh, he's run very wide. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying it's back up the hot lap ERS now, so he must have just been making sure he had enough to complete his lap.
Yeah. It's not the fastest of tracks, but you do need to save a little bit if you want to go over the line without maxing it out. But he's got quite a bit left, unless this is a glitch. Unless he's done it purposely to do 2 runs at it. He goes 27.5, which is good for second. Wonder where Zwadema is on track.
No. Sure what just happened there.
Ooh, some guys are really...
dive off the track from Vagabonds.
Some guys are cutting this fine. I'm just seeing people coming out as Heated crosses the line. He's going to have... Ooh, he might have 2 runs at this. Just. LFC will not. He will have 1 run. Ryan's on an outlap. He needs to get it moving.
I don't think they're on Superstars. I don't really think you want to be doing more than 1 run.
Yeah, true. I hope we don't miss anybody here. I think Adri must be coming round fairly soon. LFC 5 place grid penalty for a collision.
Yeah, I just saw that Ghost Recon's car's lagging a bit and the LFC went right under him.
What a shambles. That's not good. Where is Zwadema going to come in? This doesn't look quick at all. It's not.
Hey. Not enough time to go for another lap, but...
Got Jabbo, who is, I think, done, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, Jabbo's done. Car Cannon, with 28.1, goes 5th. James has just got over the line. I think James will be the last man there. What can LFC do with this collision?
Okay. Keaton's moved up to fourth.
LFC will be furious. He's going to start 10th. It was good enough for 5th. The times are so close.
Now, LOC will probably be hoping at this point that he just naturally drops down to 11, because otherwise, even if he drops in a position that will, after the penalty, put him outside the top 10, he'll still be stuck on no supers.
Oh, as YMB is forced to go wide.
In fact, Roberts went professional pole, 27-3 on the softs.
Adri goes quickest. Just missed that.
And Morgan was on a lot, but he's just bailed out on it last second.
Oh, it's just getting... Robert James as well.
LFC will probably hoping that he drops down in a high position though. He's in
He's
10th right now.
He's not going to.
No.
He is not going to. That is...
Probably the worst position LFC could be in.
Well, no, because if he gets a grid drop, well, that...
Now he's still stuck in those tyres. Because he's qualifying 10th. The penalty is applied after the fact.
Okay. Very...
That's it. That was hectic end to qualifying there.
Yeah, very hectic to be fair. Very hectic. So yeah, the man on Super Softs quite ominously is starting first. Sorry, Softs even. Adri, we've got James in second and Robert in third. Morgan fourth, Bag of Bones in fifth. Mike setting his only lap on the mediums down further down, and LFC is going to be starting 15. It looks like 15th. It looks like. Yeah, that's not the best when it comes to. Sounds like it was lag. Not anything like you said.
Yeah, it just looks like Ghost Recon connection isn't entirely perfect.
No. So, it could be a driver of the day opportunity here for guys like Macca and LFC.
It could also be a chance for someone like Robert to start pushing towards the front of the table as well.
Yeah.
High up for him.
Robert is a very quick guy around here. He just last season he binned it on the notorious turn 7, and that was that. But quite nice to see one of the pink cars quite further up, because him and Car Cannon not had the greatest of starts. Car Cannon's been quite consistent with his points, but
I've got what is by far the most enjoyable thing to watch in every race, which is the formation lap. Just non-stop action in a formation lap.
well, this is it. It's not going to be the easiest of asks. Oh, What on earth is going on here? Ghost's car is absolutely lagging everywhere.
Yeah.
If you just following on board with LFC, this is absolutely mad.
By looks things, Adri is going to be waiting an absolute age for everyone else to line up behind them.
Yeah. James and Robert get DSQ'd. Bit worried about Ghost's connection here. I'm really hoping that doesn't affect anything.
Especially since this is a difficult enough turn one without someone lagging.
Yeah. Yes. Could be. Hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing's badly affected from it. I've seen him race wheel to wheel with Ivo before without causing any issue, so hopefully it picks up. But anyway, Adri, one of the title favourites, has got a chance to show why here. Lights out and we're off. It looks like Adri's got a very good start. James not so much, as one of the two Ferraris are flying down the inside. Does everyone get through that? Oh, Ferrari losing a lot of places there.
LFC's dropped to the back.
Yeah, I think that may have been quite almost tactical, if I'm honest. As James gets in a bit of a battle here. Again, broadcast cam not the best round here, apologies, as Heated gets past Fuzz. Oh no, Fuzz gets back round him. We've got yellows in sector 1 and 2. Jabbo really
Just spawned. Those people just spawned and went into the side of the LFC when he was regaining his car. Lucky not to spin LFC with that.
So riding on board with Ghost, because this is going to be quite interesting. Jabbo's holding everyone up, as that's a lovely move by Car Cannon. If he can hold it, that's a great move. Gets round Ghost. Ryan B is on the back of Robert here, who has dropped 2 places.
I'd expect at this point Ryan B should probably be a bit faster than Robert, just due to the tyre difference.
Ooh, Ghost going on the inside of Car Cannon and gets it done. That's a lovely move. His connection seems to have picked up, which is going to be no consolation to a few guys. Jabbo's had to pit. He's obviously gone into some wing trouble. Macca's pitted as well.
That's interesting. The game can't decide what position I think Ghost's in for me. Like a second ago he was in first, then he was in last, now he's in 16th apparently.
I've got him at 12th.
I have no idea.
Yeah, this is a bit mad.
Fuzz and Heated going side by side in sector 2.
The Sauber Mike's just been... Oh, I think LFC's just got some wing damage as a result of that, potentially. Bit messy at the back, this is not the best. As Heated goes up to a Damer. Loads of movement in the midfield, barely trackable. He's going to try and go around the outside of that turn. I think it's 10-11 and 11-12. Gets it done.
There isn't really much going on at the front of the grid. They're all sort of just training along with each other.
LFC going up the inside of Mike, not going to get it done. Oh, I think it might have been Mike's wing actually that got damaged. I think it was. Oh, LFC goes very wide and he'll get a warning for his pleasure there. But good start from LFC. He's got up to 13th from dead last. James has still pumping in good times with these super softs, which is quite impressive. Morgan's there. Carcannon is annoying. He needs to get past Emperor probably. It's probably not helping his cause, but oh, it's Ghost and Carcannon coming together, and Carcannon loses another spot. But these guys are all quicker than him. Sorry, I'm quicker tyres than him.
Really interesting for me listening to you commentating on what Ghost's in, because I can't see him where you are, so he is literally being a ghost to me. Living up to his name.
There's Mike. I think Mike has got wing damage potentially and is just struggling on through it.
Can't really see, so cameras are terrible.
Yeah, they aren't the best here. See, Interfray has left the session. It's quite far back. Got Robert on the tail of Bag of Bones, who is just outside of DRS to Morgan, which is good news for Robert, because you've got to think that this could be quite...
Should be a good opportunity for Robert, and he'll more likely want to get past Bag of Bones as fast as he can.
Oh, Robert electing to go down the outside. He's going to look for a switchback. Nearly worked. As Emperor gets past Ghost. Oh, and Carcannon gets past Ghost. LFC joining the back of this pie. Right on board with Ghost to see what he's going to try and do here. So he's literally just behind Carcannon.
Yeah, I can't see him at all. There's no one there. On my screen, Carcannon's got a nice big gap behind him to LFC. So there's obviously something not going properly. And Bray has just said they got kicked.
Yeah, if someone's listening and has got an opportunity where they can, if they could invite Frey. Appreciate it's not potentially possible for most people.
Carcannon looks like he's going for a move from the outside of Emperor. Not quite able to throw it off though.
So the midfield here is very, very, very close. You've got Mike on the back of LFC as well. Carcannon running very wide, and you've got to feel like Ghost potentially is going to have a very good chance here. Just looking up the inside. Ooh. See, the problem is, well, it's a bit of a free move in some ways. Emperor's going to pretend to pit. That was interesting. Oh, we missed Morgan. Oh, Morgan getting past James as Ghost has just turned on into not the best of driving, but LFC gets through. Ghost is now going to have to defend against Mike. LFC also now gets the move nearly done on Carcannon. They're going to be going two abreast. This is great racing. Oh, as Ghost has just absolutely clattered through.
It's really hard to keep up with something that you can't actually see.
This is, well, I can't work out what's going on. His wheel to wheel is lagging. LFC needs to be careful, because if he's not...
Well, and Ryan retired.
This is not good at all.
Oh, Ryan's car's right in the middle of the track. Not a great place for a crash car to be sitting.
Ghost needs to really sort out his connection, because this is... If you could have seen what I could see, absolutely crazy. As far as gets past Heated, and they both run really wide. But Adri's got this race pretty much in control now.
cut a nice gap behind them. There's Morgan. Which also means as he's not been battling his tires, he'll still be in a really good condition compared to everyone else who's been battling since the start of the race.
Well, this is it. Mike's dropped back, but I'm pretty sure Mike's got wing damage. Ebo's also catching Mike. Ooh, Emperor going very squiggly. Bag of Bones really catching James. I think this is gonna... He's caught him half a second in less than a lap.
Which also helping Robert out because Robert's getting slipstream and DRS of Fire Bones, which is helping him catch up to the guys ahead as well.
LFC and Ghost are having an absolute war, but maybe they're not. I don't know.
As James is just still into the pits.
So James is committed to a 2-stop.
Yeah.
Really hope Ghost connection.
Remains to be seen if James can make 2-stop work. It can be quite awkward.
LFC
If you
has just pit and wants nothing to do with Ghost Recon. If what you were seeing on that screen, anyone, that can't have been representative of what was going on, because he'd gone under his car about 6 times. As Mike gets past Ghost. Very nice move. James is going to have to come back through. He's past Ibbo. I'm not really going to ride on board with Ghost because I can't work out if what I'm seeing is true. But like reading the Daily Mail following his car, if I'm honest. But
what you said, it's just like the Daily Mail. You can't tell if any of it's true, but it's always interesting.
yeah. Definitely fiction stranger than truth, essentially. So, a few 2-stops in here. Whether they meant to be or didn't, I don't know. But as Ghost picks up a 3-second pen, Emperor
illegal space age materials in his car.
Yeah, warp technology is not allowed in F1. As Heated is looking on the inside, but then obviously it turns onto the outside for turn 2 and then back to the inside, and that's knocked Fuzz.
Right into the wall.
There are some really funky connection issues going on here, because Fuzz was a very different way.
Yeah.
And then was straight.
Emperor's got a time penalty now.
It's this battle with Mike that's causing a lot of issue.
Yeah, and that could end up holding James up, who's catching up to the back of the 2 of them. And he'll be hoping to clear them both as fast as possible. Isn't all that easy when you're trying to pass 2 cars that are sort of having a battle.
James can be impatient. He's done a very sensible line through that corner. That's good to see. I think he needs to get... Okay.
But no, straight line speed doesn't seem to be that great.
I think Emperor had DRS though as well, which I didn't really factor. I thought that was just going to be quite an easy move. He just needs to be patient, Ian. If you can just be patient for another couple more corners, this shouldn't be too hard.
No, you could probably just wait for DRS in the home straight, try and move into turn 1.
Yeah, just focus on...
enough on the fresher tyres.
Yeah, he's focused on getting a very good exit. He's got one.
This should be easier to like.
No, Fuzz just...
before he even get to the braking zone.
Yeah, he didn't even have to compromise his line into the corner. Fuzz just pressed reset to track. Yeah, fair. That's probably what he did. Oh, is Redeemer looking on the outside now of Heated. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch them try and Ooh,
Pulled that off.
bit of contact. Always Heated gets a much better exit of the corner. He's gonna have DRS. Yeah, and it's gonna be quite simple.
He's got that.
Very tough
Look
track
at the
to.
front. Look out front. Bag of Bones has got up in a second of P Morgan now.
Hmm.
There might finally be some movement in the top three.
I think we could well be seeing the emergence. Oh, as we've got yellows in sector 3. I don't know who that is.
No idea.
Could be seeing the emergence of a bit of a bunch of front runners, really. If you look at that top 6, other than James, and maybe and potentially Jabbo, I think we'll be seeing a lot of podiums out of those guys this year.
Yeah, well, they all seem to have shown decent pace, so wouldn't put it past all of them to at least get a podium during the season.
So Dame are really struggling. No ABS is not fun around here, so I salute anyone that's doing it.
Got ahead, but whether or not you can keep it in the DRS for it remains to be seen.
Hmm. So looking at the... It may well have been LFC that had a bit of a moment, actually. Got to remember, there's 12 points. There's 12 places that get points in this, so...
Frey, if you go through the spectator menu and select your own name, you should be able to retake control of your car.
Yeah. Oh, it's Bag of Bones. Right, Bag of Bones gets the jump. Morgan's pitted very early. I think that's going to cost him.
Well, tyre wear can be a bit of an issue around here, so of course he'll get an undercut on everyone, but whether or not he can keep the lead that he gains from that at the end of the race when his tyres are worn out.
Well, he's done a good job to get ahead of James as well, because that wouldn't have been fun for him. Because James is a pretty good aggressive driver, just using a two-stop, so...
But then it doesn't really matter too much for Morgan if James does get ahead, then it's they're on completely different strategies.
True. As Heated goes past Emperor, who's yet to stop. LFC's making up a lot of ground on Macca. Ooh, yellows and sectors. Oh, Bag of Bones is out. What? Bag of Bones has lost it where Ryan lost it, and that's huge.
Not what he was wanting, is it?
He will not be leading the championship at the end of this race. Very disappointing for Bag of Bones. Feel it from there. It's so easy to lose the car, and he's quite unlucky that it's DNF'd him. A lot of people normally get away with just a broken wing. Redeemer is going for another lap.
Yeah,
Redeemer.
we've had Adrian Robertson in pit.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting. I think they're going to get out. Are they going to get out ahead? One of them will. The Renault will.
No, I know like a lot of people are pitting now, but that's put car cannon up to third after starting on the mediums. Not a million miles away from the two guys ahead of him as well. I guess it's a fair distance, but then he started quite far back and on the medium tyres. He's done really well to get himself where he is.
Yeah. As Frey's back, I think. Oh, it can happen. It can happen, Bones. Round that corner, you can lose it.
Probably just cold tyres.
Yeah. It's not kind. The higher the ballast as well, around there, the more twitchy it can get, especially like you say on cold or worn tyres. Really unlucky. Horrible, horrible, horrible way to DNF a race when you're doing so well as well. So Robert's got a lot to do really. I think the good thing for Robert is that his pace should probably be quite similar, if anything slightly slower, which wouldn't be a problem, than the chap ahead of him.
Yeah, he's on 5 lap pressure tyres, and Robert should be able to run whatever pace he can make for pretty much the rest of the race. Pace shouldn't change all that much. Yeah, Fuzz and Zudema just came onto the pits here.
So Dama's going to come out ahead of Heated. Fuzz is going to come out ahead of Jabbo.
Only just. But then Jabbo's still got to make a stop.
So that's worked out very nicely for Zwadema. But he is going to have a bit of a problem because he's got Mike there. Robert's in a really good position because he's getting dragged along a bit here by James. Mike's not going to be catching him. So Dama's going to have to get past Mike.
Yeah, and there's 2 cars ahead of him that are still yet to pit.
And bear in mind who's in first place. His teammate will definitely...
Robert just gone past James.
Very nice move. This is playing into the hands here of Robert, big time. And I know Carcan... Oh, is it just...
That's not.
Oh, commentator's curse for my illustrious former colleague commentator. But who knows? Morgan and Adri could get a pen here. It's probably less likely than it is likely around this particular track, unless you're.
So, for all we know, everyone but Ghost could crash. That'd be interesting, because I wouldn't even be able to see when he crashes.
Well, this is it. Adri versus Car Cannon. Robert and Car Cannon have been long-standing teammates, and they do get on incredibly well. Car Cannon will definitely 100% be treating this very, very, very importantly. Don't know how much he can really do. It's going to depend on the exit here. From what I've seen, Adri isn't the best.
Anything Car Cannon can manage to do to slow Adri down is a plus for Robert.
Yeah, and Adri knows it. So does Car Cannon, who's using overtake ERS. Well, there you go, there's a few more corners. Yeah, Bag of Bones just can't even work out how he span.
Apparently RJ's got a great instant feed, look at.
That sounds like he's a little bit annoyed. Car Cannon is going to do everything in his power. He's in overtake.
RJ's gone to the outside, and
but the problem...
have that done.
The problem for Robert is that Car Cannon's probably one of the fairest people in this league, so he's not about to do anything too outrageous.
Yeah, what you need in that situation, someone like me that'll go right to the limit of what the rules allow. And then possibly step up shoot or so over it.
As Fuzz gets a 3-second penalty as I was riding on board with Jabbo. That's going to be... Oh, Jabbo sends it down the inside for one of the best moves I think I've actually seen this race. That was absolutely top draw. It was a bit dangerous, but sometimes those kind of moves have to be.
Yeah, sometimes dangerous is the best way to overtake someone.
But they're really in different races as well, because...
So, and Fuzz has just come into the back of him, and it looked like he lost some front wing.
Oh, disappointing.
Fighting with that in the corner is really awkward to try and follow someone through, so...
I'm going to go on leader time for a bit, just because I'm intrigued. I think Robert might be losing some time. I think Robert's potentially in for a very lonely race. His car cannon pits. Yeah, he was of no use to anybody.
I think even if Robert does have a lonely race, he still won't complain about the position that he's currently in.
This is it. This Jabbo gets out in front of Fuzz. Oh no, not Jabbo, apologies. Car Cannon even has come out. Well, it's come out in front of Macca.
Got to keep them to the day live battling again.
These two have been next to each other a lot. What now for guys like Ibo, Frey, Emperor and Ghost? They need something to happen as James gets past Mike. Mike gets past James.
Yeah, I think the back three, I'll be hoping for a safety car or something. Anything that could help them catch back up.
Yeah. Ooh, as Fuzz is really struggling on those mediums. Gonna have car cannon at him soon. I don't think that will take too long. As Mike pits, James will be awfully relieved about that. But he's gonna have to pit again. I think everyone is gonna have to, except the only people that have to pit again is probably Jabbo, James, Macca. Probably, yeah, and LFC. So, oh, and Ghost as well. Maybe he doesn't.
I don't even know if to tell me about Ghost is true. So.
Ghost is 13th. I've got.
Oh, on my team he's 15th.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, he's first.
Oh,
leading the race.
What an absolute performance to go through the.
He's 0.061 ahead of Adric. But that's not changing at all.
Can you see his car?
Yes.
That is absolutely mad.
His car's going really slowly, but it's just warping all over the place.
Dama versus Heated is going to be a battle, I think, for the rest of the race.
Wouldn't surprise me, because neither one of them has really shown a pace advantage over the other. I mean, the Dama had to have one so he could catch back up after pit stops, but it wasn't really all that much running he had to do, and he had slightly fresher tyres.
We've actually got some really interesting battles, because we've got, if I'm calculating it right, I think LFC, Macca, as LFC pits, LFC, Macca and Emperor are going to be around each other.
So I'm assuming that LFC will be going on to the softs front the end now, so...
Yeah. As Heated as Dama, we can just keep going back to this. It's brilliant. If everything else is a bit quiet, we'll just go back here, because these guys are just going to be spending 29 laps going absolutely at each other, so...
On my screen at least it says Ghost Recon's pitted.
Yes,
No,
no,
that's true.
I've got that also.
So it's actually telling me when he's pitting and stuff, right? My game, I have no idea where he is.
Yeah, I think he has. Emperor has indeed come out ahead of LFC, which is probably...
Not all that far ahead though.
No, as James is really losing it. James is probably gonna... Is he gonna pit? It's with...
Wow! Fall on your men.
That was... That was interesting.
I think brave's the right word to use there.
Wow. This car cannon is just setting faster slap after faster slap. Car cannon is in the groove.
So
Right.
both Mercedes go in. That's
Mike gets through.
Martha's pitted as well. So there's lots of pit stops with that.
So, where's that going to put LFC and Emperor? Maka has put
Super's on.
Supers
It's not
on.
impossible for him to make them last, but it'll be a bit of a struggle come the end of the stint if he does try and go to the end.
Oh, big contact there with Emperor and LFC. Emperor defending is going to go wide, and I think this is going to be snaky. Who's going to have to trust each other a lot here. Mac is going to be loving this. As he's catching on the back of him.
We've got fire up car cannons looking for a move around the outside of the last corner on Fuzz.
He's unlucky there. He almost got too much of a good exit because it kind of got compromised by Fuzz not having the best of exits.
Yeah.
LFC gets it done on Emperor. But then he's going to have to... I don't think he's got that much of a pace advantage. Or his car cannon's going to have to... He's on the unfortunate situation. I'm not sure if Fuzz does run no ABS, but I know car cannon definitely does. But that should be that really for now. You would think car cannon's tyres will go off a little bit and potentially Fuzz's will hold, maybe, and that might stretch and come back in again. As Emperor,
yeah, depends on if car cannon can build a gap before that happens.
oh, LFC running so wide, which allows Emperor straight back through.
And it will back that petrol right up to his gearbox.
Maka is an opportunist with these kind of things.
And he's got Knight's fresh super soft as well.
Gonna have to let YHYY know that we're gonna be a little bit late. We're probably gonna move this to 10 past. As long as everyone's alright with it, because
We don't want to keep having to delay our race.
yeah. I thought it would be plenty of time, but
That'll be because we have to do the quick restart.
yeah, it cost us about 10 minutes, so I mean even then I don't think we'd be doing too well with times. I think we'd probably just about get there. Maka with a huge exit off that corner, gets past Emperor.
Tries to go past LC as well, but doesn't quite have the space to do it, and that's why Emperor went through. Oh, 3 ways.
Contact everywhere. Oh, and Maka is out.
Maka's run of luck has continued. It's not out, but he's out of the battle.
Unbelievable. I don't know, they all just seemed really shaky going into that corner.
They're all really shaky and really close together.
No one was seemingly driving in an exact straight line. That's really heartbreaking really for Maka. I want to see him get a point here. It could actually be quite close between him and Ghost if he can just get round sensibly. If he can, actually, I don't think he's got much of a chance realistically. Because Emperor and LFC are going absolute hammer and tongs. LFC with some industrial driving, and that's over. So let's go back to Heatons with Aimer as we do.
No, that battle seems to have calmed down a bit as a few laps ago I noticed it was the game had opened up a second gap. So that seems to be starting to close in again.
Ooh, he's nearly thrown his car off the track, but people react differently to really worn tyres. Sector 2 we've got yellows. No
I think that
idea.
was Frey letting car cannon through.
So car cannon is going to be, well, it'll be interesting if heated. I mean, Zwadema is seemingly pulling a bit of a gap now.
Yeah.
It's all a bit stagnant, dare I say.
Yeah, it's the only real battle that we've got is LOC and Emperor.
Yeah,
And even that's calmed down quite a bit.
you would think LFC is going to be able to get away if he can get out of a second, which he literally has just done.
Yeah.
Oh, but somehow Emperor gets DRS, so he must have just snuck in. He's running low on fuel. So I think that's pretty much done, if I'm honest.
Unless LC makes another silly mistake, like running wide at turn 1, I think LC should hold on to that position.
What can Macca do?
Everyone's- Not much. Lots of things.
He might catch him though.
I don't think so.
It would be an incredible feat.
I'm just trying to think how many. That would be what, like 8 seconds a lap or something? Nah, it would be 3 seconds a lap or something like that. Something stupid.
Ibo does have a mistake in him though, but then again so does...
I mean, so far Maka's mistakes are more than other people's mistakes. Buzz picks up the penalty. Doing often, penalties could actually decide finishing order here.
Very feasibly.
As Maka's just went into the pits again. For another set of supers.
Okay, Macca's clearly I think Macca's given up on the whole point thing. And he's got other plans.
So I'll just spectate now, and it's just showing me his empty pit box. Like, I'll sit there, let's fix me.
So
I started right on board with Maka, go for the broadcast camera, which was just pointing at his empty pit box.
we've got yellows in sector 2. That's Frey letting people through.
Forced infield a bit.
Is he letting people through? No, I don't think he did let anyone through, but having a bit of an issue.
I mean, on my screen you let Go Freak on through, but no idea where he is. Oh wait, no, apparently now Go Freak on jumped up to 8.
Oh right.
It's really awkward to follow this, because whenever the game shows him moving, if he moves up to first, then I can't see what the gaps are between anyone.
Mac has given Frey a bit of a chance. A bit of a battle here, potentially. It's probably not going to happen, but I don't think he'll get that close to him.
Probably because Maka will just be gunning for fastest lap at this point.
LFC needs to pull a 6-second gap to Emperor, I think. Let's have a look at the penalty situation. I don't mind having a quick look because I don't really care about too many people. Nothing's really happening. Adri with 2 warnings. B Morgan with 1. Robert with a pen and 2 warnings. Zwadema with 2 warnings. And Heated with 1. That's interesting. And then we'll have a quick look at LFC, who has got a penalty. And so has Emperor. So no, not too much exciting.
Yeah, I think the only thing that you sort of highlighted there is the fact that if Robert gets an early warning, he drops outside the podium, like realistically.
Yeah, absolutely.
don't think Gary's very happy. Looking in the chat.
I can't see that.
Yeah, well, he's just expressing some dissatisfaction with Falcon. I would use the word, but I'm not sure if swearing's really allowed in this
Oh.
commentary.
Oh, okay. As Jabbo is catching up to James.
That could be interesting if that was the Mercedes and the race.
Both can be a bit industrial when they're driving. It should be easy. There you go, Macca. Fastest lap.
You don't get any points for it though.
No, sadly not. Oh, is James running really wide, and that's the end of that battle probably.
I don't know, because I get the feeling James isn't going to give up in that. Because he's going to be a bit annoyed with himself for dropping so far back during this race.
Yeah.
So he'll probably be wanting to catch back up and pass Jabbo, so at least he beats his teammate.
Difficult to look at a driver of the day, if I'm honest, really. No one's jumped mad amount of places.
Well, the person that's jumped the most is Karkan, and he's jumped 5. I mean, I'd probably say Adre's a decent contender for driver of the day, because he's been incredibly consistent out in the lead.
Agreed. Agreed.
I mean, since the start of the race, no one's really been within 3 seconds of him.
Tam's saying, hurry up, D3, drive faster. It's kind of half the point, Tam. Don't think you're getting it.
I'm pretty sure if they could drive faster, they would.
They probably wouldn't be in D3. But some of these guys are definitely able to be in D2 if they wanted. I don't think Morgan and Adri are too far off it. I don't think Zvedema is realistically either. He seems to be doing very well.
I don't think Jabbo and Bag of Bones are either.
No, agreed. We forgot about Bag of Bones, didn't we? Obviously, would have probably, you feel, maybe been. Well, I think he would have definitely been in for a podium.
I think he could have possibly even challenged Adri, but then we'll never know. But
Oh, something happened to Robert there. Robert went really, really wide. Robert's struggling, really struggling. And Adri's struggling a little bit too. Never forget about me. No, absolutely not, Bag. That's definitely not. That won't happen, especially if you're going to be driving like that, because you were probably on for some serious points, as Ibo is giving up quite a lot of time.
If Bag of Bones keeps driving like he has so far, he's either going to end up like Coco and run away with, well, not quite run away with it, but win it, or like me and have the pace to do it and just not quite. All depends on how he approaches each race.
Yeah, absolutely. So Zvedema fancies this. He has got to make up, in my opinion, he's got to make up, get that gap to under a second down that home straight. He's looking on course.
Not really though, because remember Robert has a time penalty. Him just sitting there is enough for him to gain that position, but of course everyone always wants to beat someone on track.
Well, this is true. Both are on 2 warnings. This is the only battle in town at the moment. You know what, I've just realised, as much as it's awkward for us to be delaying everything, we actually also need some commentators. So Robert is also Robert will also be jumping straight on after this, so I don't feel quite so bad.
I don't feel bad at all.
No, we'll have to wrap it up fairly swiftly, but other than that, this is really interesting. Robert, in some ways, he needs to be in a battle with Zvedema, because he needs to not run him wide, as in quite purposely, but you know, this is the only way that.
Yeah, he needs to force him into an awkward spot. But then he also has to do that without putting himself off the track.
Yeah, because he's also on 2 warners. The gap's really come down here. Adri's really nursing this home.
Yeah, I get the feeling that if it comes to it, Adri will be able to stop him passing, so.
Yeah. Zvedema's right on the back of Robert. I don't really know what to follow, as Adri comes over the line in first, Morgan in second. Zvedema's going to have to go for this. He doesn't. Oh no, he... Very clever, very wise, and
it's smart not to have gone for that.
Absolutely.
You never know what will happen if you do go for a
Heated was not
aggressive
far
dive
off.
bomb. No.
Heated was really not far off. Buzz with a good drive. Unfortunate to get clattered off a bit, and would have probably been challenging Robert and Zvedema. Mike crosses the line in 8th. Jabbo doesn't jump him.
No.
James will be 10th. And
That's got a long wait for everyone else.
Yes, indeed, we do. We do. So these guys will finish in the points though. Everyone that didn't get lapped.
Yeah.
LFC and Emperor will pick up. LFC picks up his first points. He will be disappointed with 11th. He won't be happy about quali, and he will not be happy with Ghost at the very minimum. I know that. Emperor in 12th, and that is that. That's your lot. Yeah, mad race. Mad race. I think I'm in agreement with you really. It's got to be Adri driver of the day. I can't really look past him.
No, there wasn't really anyone else that was. I mean, I don't really want to use the word exceptional for a race like that, but there wasn't even anyone that sort of got close to it other than Adri.
Yeah, I mean Morgan was challenging, but I think Adri was probably just keeping it tidy because he didn't want to do what Bones did. Right, yeah. We better go. But yeah, that was very enjoyable, and congratulations to Adri, he's back in the title hunt.